Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. You know who it is. Turning on the fan. It's a little steamy in here because this is some hot beef we're getting served up right here. The legendary hip hop production team known as the Justice League, the hip hop production collective, Justice League, going at Chance on Twitter. Saying, just spoke with the man of God, Chance the Rapper. He told us to sue or pull up for the money he owes us. Now, where does this start? Okay, because this is not the inception point of this beef going on between Chance the Rapper and Justice League. We have to go back a little bit to Chance the Rapper getting up on his soapbox and making this claim that he's going to come through and save the SoundCloud platform. SoundCloud, if you didn't know, the music streaming platform that's mostly free, is in danger of dying. They have like almost 48 days to live, according to some recent articles on the platform's recent firings and business practices and so on and so forth. But Chance is coming through. He's going to save the platform. Now, he got on the phone with a CEO from the company, and the master plan he came through with essentially is a brand new song featuring Young Thug titled Big B's. This is the Young Thug page with the song on there. The one with the Chance's page has much more streams. But still, it has about 1 million at the time of me talking about this situation right here. And I don't think a song with like 1 million streams on it is going to save the SoundCloud platform, guys, especially one with Young Thug, who, and I like the guy, I like some of his music, but the dude can't even sell like 40,000 copies of a record he puts out. Look at the Billboard numbers. Like between sales and streaming, he doesn't do numbers. He doesn't do big numbers. And bringing him onto a song with Chance the Rapper, especially one that is badly recorded and features some pretty obnoxious vocal performances, I don't think it's going to save the SoundCloud platform, guys, to be completely honest. Now, Justice League essentially respond to this. Chance the Rapper just getting down on his knees and praying to God, please, Jesus Christ, I'm a follower, I'm a disciple, please save the SoundCloud platform. Justice League responds saying, of course Chance wants to save the free music business model. That's how he got on, by not paying. Which is, pretty big if true. The thing is, Chance the Rapper normalized the free business model. Don't pay or pay minimal for creation, post on SoundCloud, and do not pay royalties. Def going to hear from Chance the Rapper's manager and lawyer this week after these tweets, so they try and weasel their way out of paying again. And it keeps going, saying Chance is a big evil corporation picking on the little guy, and talking about how they can't get even thanks from Chance the Rapper for the production of theirs that he's used. And then finally, again, just spoke with the man of God, Chance the Rapper. He told us to sue or pull up for the money he owes us. And Chance responds saying, this part is true, but the money I owe you was paid to the actual producer who is suing you currently to get out of that slave deal. So evoking the image of slavery to try to make Justice League look bad. However, Chance, Justice League, they are a production team. They are a production collective. There are people underneath. I'm sure there's a hierarchy to that collective, and people sign contracts to be in that collective. They're paid for their production by the team. Even if you feel like the amount of money that they are paid is not fair, they still sign a contract. This is still the music industry. This is still how things work. You can't sort of not owe Justice League their money if you sort of circumvent their contract and just be like, whoop, I'm just going to pay the guy and I'm just not going to pay the Justice League. If you want to pay the Justice League what you owe them, and then beyond that, if you know that there was a particular producer in the Justice League who made that beat and you want to give that guy kind of like a tip, if you want to do that sort of behind the scenes, that's you. I don't know if that would be a breach of contract. Probably yes, but it wouldn't be the first time that some dark money sort of went under the radar in the music industry. Just saying. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But at least on the surface, you've got to keep things all on the up and up. You have to kind of play the business game here. If you're talking about making money off of production from people like the Justice League. And yes, of course, he's putting this stuff up on SoundCloud. He's not making streaming revenue off of this stuff on SoundCloud, of course. However, there is an argument to be made that Chance isn't exactly using the production from the Justice League or other producers as well, sort of under the guise of fair use. Because, yes, while he may not be making money off of that track on SoundCloud, he is making money off the fact that those songs are popular. He's playing those songs at shows. Those songs are essentially making him money by making him popular, making him an in-demand figure in the hip-hop industry. His fame, his popularity is built off of that production, whether he makes money off of streaming or purchases or not. Okay? So, again, there's an argument to be made here that Chance is making money off of this Justice League production, even if it's not via a direct sale. So, in my opinion, Chance owes these guys money. You know, and again, it may in his mind be fair to pay the producer that he knows made the beat because, again, Justice League, they are a collective, which I'm sure there's a hierarchy too, but there's still a contract probably between that producer and the Justice League team. That contract needs to be respected. That contract needs to be honored. And Chance can't sit here and just be like, oh, I'm doing good things. I'm doing charity. I'm such a charitable guy. You can't sort of hide behind that veil to act like you don't owe the people who are producing for you money. You know, I feel like it's one thing if I record a track with a Justice League beat under the name Lil Creep, okay? And then I upload that to SoundCloud and it gets 5 plays. You know, obviously it would be sort of out of bounds and kind of ridiculous for Justice League to come a-calling looking for that money. But the thing is, you are an incredibly famous rapper. You are a huge rapper, okay? You have way more visibility at this point than the Justice League do, you know? And your popularity is partially built off of their production, you know? While, yes, you know, you're not selling these tracks directly, you're still making money and you're still making a name for yourself off of it. This sort of goes back to that video that Sunny Digital released not too long ago about producers not getting paid, not getting their respect, not getting their notoriety. And I feel like Chance is, again, another part of this culture where producers, while they do have a little bit more visibility and respect than they used to, it's not the same visibility and respect of these rap artists who are really kind of making their name and buttering their bread off of the beats that they're creating. So to sort of summate, I think Chance owes these guys money. And I think it's kind of ridiculous for him to be sitting here acting like, oh, well, I paid the guy. You guys, you just have him in a slave deal. Woo. You know, I don't think you could kind of snake your way out of this saying this stuff. But that's just me. I'm sure there are a lot of Chance the Rapper diehards who think that he's in the right here, when actually I don't think he is. You know, and again, while there may not be technically money exchanging hands in terms of Chance selling these tracks, I do think maybe some of the current day rules that we have for the type of thing Chance is getting away with here, they need to kind of be updated or reconsidered for situations like this, where you have one of the biggest rappers in the game, millions of fans, millions and millions and millions of plays across all these tracks. You know, one of the most popular artists walking today, incredible crossover appeal into the pop music sphere as well, you know, which not a lot of rap artists enjoy. He is putting songs out there for free. He is putting songs out there on SoundCloud. You know, he's not making a whole lot in terms of raw sales, but he is still incredibly popular. And his fame is built off of this production, you know, and even if he isn't selling these tracks, he's making money off of his fame, which he got from this production. So I'm going to leave it at that. What do you guys think down in the comments? Tell me, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Here's another video next to my head over here of Chance the Rapper and his team sort of whining and complaining until MTV News removed some slightly negative critiques of Chance the Rapper's coloring book album, I believe, on their website. That video is pretty entertaining too, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Ba-bam! Ah!